Okay! Damon talked enough in the last episode that now he's promised to not say as much this time around.
That's right, I'm not gonna talk unless it's appropriate. Cross my heart and hope to die. Okay, that was a really cheap joke, but still.
Well, we were going to put duct tape over his mouth, but felt that that would have been in very poor taste, all things considered.
Besides, we don't have a face cam, so who would see?
We're the Bittersweet Gamers! And I'm We Squared! Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. It's appropriate here. What do you want?
I'm not even going to dignify your garbage with a response. Speaking of garbage, why hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here because there was an exclamation point marked on your e-handbook. I was trying to say something, but it got away from me, even though it was easy to catch. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case in which the killer used that movie as their theme.
I wouldn't know. I haven't watched that movie yet. I got the sticker to prove it.
You know that what I'm saying is right? Let me convince you more about how it's an imitation crime, okay? It's really important that you believe it. You really should watch this movie first.
Hey!
Hey, manager, this is my thing now. A customer's here.
Did you call me? What?
Huh? Hajime's the customer.
Does this mean I can refund the sticker? Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. No refunds on merchandise. If that's what Tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted to being Tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Just shut up.
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker?
It's nothing. I don't have to pay it till I get out.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito?
That's quite all right. Just stop it! But my resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker.
1.5 million smackos! See, it's this one. Doesn't it look great? I'm sorry, I was born stupid.
That's...
You bought this? For $1.5 million? Hajime, on your behalf, I feel I'm so overcome with despair. But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie.
Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
here!
Okay, since you're begging for it, here you go. It already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. Oh, it is the Wizard of Monomi in 2.5D.
Oh my god.
By the way, I can only give away one ticket per person. You have only one chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date onto the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat.
Oh yeah?
What does that say now?
13th, 10:04 a.m.
Okay, got it.
Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it.
Then I'll go prepare the projection reel.
Yes, Monokuma has died!
Please wait a bit, okay? Hajime, about that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep that safe.
Yeah, sounds like it's going to be a really important clue knowing when people watched it. Why?
No reason. Just think of it as something in the world of the game in which we are playing, which may or may not be the real world, that displays a particular date and a particular time. Is that an accident?
It'll certainly prove that I wasn't behind it.
Well, who said it had anything to do with the case? You're right, but there's the other stuff too.
Yeah, I know.
Let me talk. Oh, quiet. Nobody can hear me. I'm supposed to be shutting up anyway. Hajime, I can't believe you bought that thing. And you paid $1.5 million for it, too.
Can we please drop this subject? But even you said you should have just settled it with money to get out of seeing that movie.
You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know?
Just leave me alone.
Why, it's almost like he's not consistent or something.
No.
Hold on! I'm still in the middle of preparing, which I can't do if I'm hanging out by the door telling you not to come in while I'm still preparing. Don't rush.
Are you sure?
Hasty boys get hated, you know. They might even get hated by boy bears, too, you know.
The hell does that mean? You can hate me all you want.
It's only fair I hate you!
That reminds me. That item should be on top of the counter.
But it's gone. You'll find it in the music venue.
This one looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth, with a decal of Monomi's face on it.
Oh, did that catch your eye? It's an all-purpose tote bag useful for a variety of common tasks. It's a limited item. Only one person can have it. This is probably what the time on your ticket will help with.
If the tote bag is gone, then that means...
What's this?
Whoa! Were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
It's already sold out.
Who'd you sell it to?
So stupid.
Stupid! There's no way I'd fall for that! There's no way I'd say something that'd reveal who the killer is! So, the killer bought it? Although you probably would have guessed that even without that reaction.
I remember you said there is only one because it's a limited item, right?
No, it's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person.
What's the difference? Please tell us.
I wonder. When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes.
For some reason, hearing you say that
Provides
pisses me
substantial
off.
proof that there were 2 bags in 2 locations.
Yes!
I can't believe there's a Monokuma's account, Truth Bullet. I'm just carelessly making all sorts of slips of the tongue in this trial, aren't I?
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait!
It's almost like he was waiting for you to look over and inquire about the bag so he could make a slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
This is exciting! Exciting!
Oh, goody!
Oh my god. Do you see that Monokuma thing up there?
Naughty Bear on the right-hand side. This movie sucks on the left-hand side.
Oh, I agree. It was terrible.
You wrote it there, didn't you, Nagito?
Huh. What sort of interesting visuals there are in here?
Yeah.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monomi 2.5D will be screening shortly.
From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this. 2.5D? That sounds so half-assed.
Did you get your special 2.5D glasses?
Oh my god.
Goodness.
Oh my god.
What is...
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
Hear that, kids? Go have more children! Honestly, you're not even reproducing to meet the replenishment rate!
One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise.
I see.
Uh...
I had an uncle that
and
happened
was
to.
whisked away to Monomi's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires.
What in God's name is going on?
Well, he doesn't have any
Along the
companions.
way, he met a very loyal group of
Oh, I guess he has companions now.
Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide,
Oh my God.
the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
What in God's name is this? I can certainly see Nagito's complaint, but really, what is this for? It's not the motive.
No, it's not.
Because we just went through that, but then in the next case, he did it again.
I'm just not sure.
It's like, is he providing cover for somebody to do something like this? Like he's providing a suggestion, just like he did with the last game?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there were various...
Do you remember when I was talking about Monokuma making everybody do specific things? Like, not because they have to, but because he tells them to, not because they want to.
But because he manipulates them.
It's like he just suggests it, and it actually happens. It's all so amusing. Ooh, poo, 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 poo.
Don't say that with a straight face, please. The hell was that?
William Tell, sort of.
He also met a Monami Tin Man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron.
What?
Well, I'm not gonna dismember you and put you into
After a lot
concrete.
of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful.
So
What?
This
Hold
isn't,
on,
This
none of
isn't
those-
an imitation at all.
Yeah.
Like the told her to commit suicide part is true.
But none of the others matched up with Hyoko's situation.
Yeah.
Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami.
Well, that's consistent.
Yeah.
And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from
Ah, so that's what this is about.
Huh.
He went to a place that is a fictional realm and not where he's from, and usurped the kingdom from the great wizard Monami.
Ah, I see.
And to do that, he had to kill some people?
Well, I mean...
With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury.
I mean, the first one had to kill the headmaster.
So after taking control of this world, he then took the pension of the old people and enslaved them.
I think that might be a little too literal of what he's trying to imply here.
Are you sure that I shouldn't take it exceedingly literally?
Maybe you should.
No, I'm being so sarcastic with that!
And he lived happily ever after. The end.
It's saying he took over the real world after taking over the fictional world, after usurping the fictional world. I mean, the faux show stick has been broken, so...
Yeah.
Honestly, it was pretty poorly produced. As long as he has the assets, I think even Damon could do something like that in about 4 or 5 hours.
I agree.
Phew.
Man, movies are the best! That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues, 1 for each head.
Excuse me?
My favorite part was when the bear killed the rabbit.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So.
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial. Are you almost ready?
Bye.
Goodbye, bye, bee.
What?
Oh, I'm the one who said bye, bee.
I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe this situation.
That's like a movie made with rotoscope.
Right? Nagito, what the hell was that?
It was worth $1.5 million that you'd never have to pay to not see that.
Yeah, but I already paid it.
And you saw it, so you didn't even get the benefit.
I know.
How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. It's not as strong as mine, but...
That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie?
It's not even as good as a YouTube video. But thanks to that movie, now you know, right?
Yeah, I know that this talk about imitation is bullcrap. Just like he said, the characters who were killed in the movie match the victims in this case. Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie.
That is true.
Not just that, but Hyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too?
Okay, it wasn't necessarily the method of death, but that's why she's strung up. So that would mean that the third person is going to be dismembered.
They pretty strongly implied there wasn't going to be a third person.
No, I understand, but...
Oh, God.
I think calling this an imitation is a stretch.
Yeah.
But it would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now, or it's something completely different.
If the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure if that's even true. This all sounds really fishy.
Doing this right after the previous case, which kind of was an imitation, sort of.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a good place to put it, because it should make you intensely suspicious.
But it's really good at making us question everything.
Well, honestly, we'd probably question everything regardless.
Well, I know, but...
Well, in a game like this... Didn't waste any time, huh?
Well, he said what he said.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome!
It's a different message.
The class trial's gonna start, you know? So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP!
Hasn't he had a different one for every one of the trial messages?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think it was a canned message like all the others. Or pre-recorded.
I'll see you soon!
Well, we do have a lot of the details, but we don't have... we have a lot of details, but we're missing a lot of details, too.
Which will, of course, come up during the trial.
Yeah.
It's already time. So, this again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hyoko became victims, in order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial? If so, tell me all about it!
Hey, jerk! Hold it right there!
Monomi's such a dumb child.
What? Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells. The amount of brain cells you have is very important when you're not alive.
My brain works just fine!
And don't have a brain!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru?
I see. So you've come to avenge him.
Avenge? That sounds like he died!
Not marked as dead.
That's true.
Sounds like you say. Oops.
Anyway...
why don't you go to the e-handbook?
Yeah, now he's just blacked out.
Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye!
Now then, I gotta go first.
Hold on! I won't let you escape!
Hey!
Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well...
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die.
Oh? Why wouldn't Monokuma kill him if we were wrong unless he was the Blackened?
Well, he gets the weird pass of not having to come here. Maybe he still gets to cast a vote.
You're right. I mean, this is strange enough as it is.
I agree with that. Why are you so excited about that?
How about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail. I didn't complain about not cooperating this time either. I mean, maybe I did, but maybe I didn't. What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
That is really suspicious.
Maybe Cyborg Nekomaru is gonna be in here?
Oh god.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with!
Yeah, you're right. Cyborg Nekomaru would mean he's still alive.
Fine.
It's about time I showed my serious side.
Let's make history.
How troublesome. But I suppose I can display my true power for the sake of our two fallen comrades.
I'm gonna do it!
Hey, what are you whining about? Hurry and get this over with already. And then we can greet Coach Nekomaru with open arms when he comes back.
But I'm fishing for dialogue. So I don't get no dialogue.
Hey.
Let's go. There's no time to waste. I know it's sad, but we need to move forward, and then we need to end this once and for all. Hiyoko, it must be my fault after all.
Well?
Then I must learn the truth behind this murder most foul. Now then, let us proceed.
It's not your fault.
Jeez.
I already figured this, but it's best if we don't rely on Monomi all that much. I know.
You don't say!
I know that's a crazy idea all of a sudden, but she's just saying stupid things, and it'll just make us even more confused and angry. Maybe we should shut her up for good?
Well, I mean, it would just be a spare, you know.
This is bad.
Hey, what did Monokuma mean just now? Don't tell me Nekomaru's already... Don't get distracted by Monokuma. We need to focus on the class trial right now. I know, but...
I haven't been helpful at all this time. I couldn't even figure out an estimated time of death. I'm sorry, I'm such a useless piece of trash.
Speaking of trash...
Just as I thought. This particular incident. No, we can continue this later. Right, Hajime?
What's wrong with him? He's even creepier than usual. I don't like this at all! Exactly, Damon. This is so stupid.
Yeah. Not the idea of an escalator coming from a bear's mouth on a Mount Rush bear where you go inside a rock and descend into a basement,
I mean, that's pretty stupid too. But...
No, that's fine. But mainly just the way it looks when it comes out. It just could have come out in a better way.
We stepped onto the escalator and ascended towards the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock.
You hear that, Monokuma? You better get out here right now and fix the aesthetics on this escalator!
And that's when I suddenly noticed it.
I am Robo Nekomaru. I am here to shit.
I noticed our lined up silhouettes kept getting smaller and smaller.
It's fun making the servo noise.
But I can't turn back now.
Mainly because I get a chance to say servo.
If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock... Well, I mean, you know what happens. The elevator began its deep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. Line! And when it descended as far as it could go, we think, it finally stopped.
I guess after the super sad and then super cathartic moment I have no real sense of tension. I've already experienced all of it. So I kind of don't really care.
I know, it's really making it hard to be serious. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness.
Oh, how poetic!
And I walked into that place.
My. It feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats.
Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you shouldn't fight him.
No!
Why bother?
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content.
Oh, good. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyoda, the ultimate musician. She was really loud. She was the mood maker of our group.
She really helped keep everybody kind of casual, I guess.
Yeah. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hiyoko Saionji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death.
I will also say, it's not like being in that place is a place that you want to be in, or that it's okay to be in. It's not. But how do you get out of it? It's not like one day you're just suddenly not there.
Not easy.
And it's not like being there is necessarily your fault if you're like a kid, you know? So, like Hajime said, she was desperately trying to get away from it.
The person who killed those 2 is among us. I definitely can't believe it. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant.
And indeed, Nekomaru is still over there like normal.
Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell.
I definitely feel a bit more of the personal stakes this time, that's for sure.
That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friend's sake. For Ibuki and Hyoko's sake.
For the sake of a poor little thing who nobody ever stuck up for at all.
And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair.
It's just so sad if nobody is ever on your side.
Has begun.
Seriously? The influence gauge recovers over time during concentration and fever time.
This is the best skill ever.
Effective during the trial. And go to neural liberation?
Yeah, no, this is basically I can just heal myself forever.
The combination of those 2 seems good.
I don't think we're going to have problems anymore. Do you believe me? Okay, here we go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Our ritual.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment.
Jeez.
But if you pick the wrong person...
I know, Hyoko's is much smaller and lower to the ground.
And he's just in the middle of that already.
Yeah.
Also, I guess there's only that one time in the whole game where it'll be like the Hajime and Hyoko looking at each other conspiratorially. Ken, I know you have that! I want it!
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
No. You don't just start breaking ritual now, buddy. Throwing everything we understand into confusion.
Monokuma 2 just is different. Flush the ritual down the toilet.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
I'm not gonna tell you either.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Well, this way somebody will actually have to tell him.
I know.
mean, it's the trial. We had to go through it.
I know.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
Also, this trial is much different compared to the previous ones.
What do you mean?
Well, Nekomaru isn't here even though he's alive.
You're right.
Or not dead. That may not be... saying alive may not be the right thing.
Right. I know. I get what you're saying.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
Yeah, but that's not surprising.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Unlike your boobs.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
My tone doesn't match what I'm saying.
Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
That's an interesting perspective.
Anyway...
I agree, Hajime.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments.
So let's just summarize.
Yeah!
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Now you can get them all wrong. You need to do what you did last time and make sure to get the very first question wrong. And then we can test how the...
last time, get them all wrong?
And then, like, we can test out the recovery. Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease.
Oh, I like those names.
The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
It's like the explanation of a root split in Super Robot Wars.
The other 5 in the
Four
motel
people
team
will get that!
Myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened.
Not everybody...
Smothered by Mikon.
And not everybody knew that about the sleeping in the cottages.
That's true.
The hospital team knew it.
But the other team was just staying the hell away.
That's why it has to be somebody from the hospital team. We went through that already.
Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms.
And that's all I'm going to say on the matter.
We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery...
Well, he just wasn't dying.
Right.
I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was... a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Now, we do still have the monitor. Is it... I mean, it shouldn't work this way. It's a broadcast, not a DVR.
Right.
But, like, no, we don't have this image, do we? Only Hajime saw this.
Correct.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
Well, after you made it look like Ibuki hung herself...
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
Okay, I finally see the handles of the bag.
Ah, you didn't see it before.
Right. I mean, that turned out to be... Well, did you see it right away?
No, but I also didn't think it was weird.
Yeah, whereas I was just, like, spot the difference. Okay, let's look over there. Check out the black spot in the pillar.
Aha!
Don't pay attention. Your eyes can just not look at this, and especially with the spotlight, it's like you won't see the opposite of the other lights and everything like that, so we're that way...
You know what else I just noticed?
Well, that's where Hyoko is.
Yes, that's correct. But you know what else I just noticed? There's no blood on that step stool.
Where was the blood?
It was on that side.
It was on this side?
Yes, it was on the side.
Yeah, look at it.
Up. Left side.
That's the side where the blood is supposed to be.
Although I suppose at that
too
angle...
low.
Okay. But at that angle, it might be on the side we're not seeing, so...
Well, it is on this... Well, yeah.
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because that's where the others were.
Well, he doesn't know that.
It was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, That's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
Besides, the only able-bodied people at the hospital were running around the island, looking for Ibuki.
Yeah.
Probably.
Right?
I think.
Yeah.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Do you want me to take off my clothes? I'll give you all of my money! Yeah, all she had to do was just explain what was going on and I jumped to help. This isn't hard, but she kept trying to thrust these weird things at me.
They're called boobs for you.
I'm sorry, they're weird!
Various ways?
Ah, of course!
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
That is exactly what happened.
That is exactly what happened!
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hiyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
Oh, so what happens if you're in the same room as a body but you haven't found it? I guess it doesn't count. Because it hasn't...
must not have. No, hold on. Because Hajime was by himself when he...
No, it can't count because of Byakuya.
Yeah.
It didn't count till they actually registered.
Yeah.
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
He can certainly say that. Yeah. After all, Hajime has been trolling him this whole case.
That's true. That's true. Well, I mean, I've got witnesses after a certain point.
Hajime is a natural suspect, though. Nobody else saw the video transmission. Mm-hmm. He could have just made it up.
That's true. That's true.
And, I mean, he didn't.
Right.
Because you play as Hajime. And he's the only person who saw Ibuki. And he managed to bring 3 people to the music venue. So that precludes anything about, like, numbers in the body discovery from being a consideration because he brought enough people.
Well, he brought 4 people. Chiaki, Mikan, Fuyuhiko.
He brought them. Gundam stayed there.
Oh, you're right.
He
Gundam
was one of the 4 people.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's what I'm saying. He brought a set of people that was sufficient to trigger all the discovery announcements.
Okay.
Hajime has to be the most suspicious person here from everybody else's perspective.
Luckily, we've already addressed that. Oh, no.
Well, how do we prove it? We can't.
Well, if it's an imitation murder, how? We just saw the movie.
Oh, that's true.
Sorry. I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
I love how smarmy he is, the voice actor.
Mm-hmm. He's really good.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Like I said, it's not like we have a picture of the things that our claim of 2 different places is based on. We don't have any physical proof.
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
Yeah, apparently.
Why shouldn't you, though?
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to doubt everybody. Isn't that what happened right at the beginning of this particular chapter?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Besides, oh my gosh, you bastard. Besides, I tried believing in people in these trials before.
Yeah. It's just as Kazuichi said. Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse.
He's right, though. I already even did this. Hajime's the most suspicious person initially. You've got to come up with a way to prove it.
Damn it! I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that.
You would have been anyway.
If I hadn't explained it, I'd have been more suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is interesting.
We'll just start by, it wasn't me, guys, come on. It's the invitation ticket. Because, I mean, like you said, the proof is that we hadn't seen...
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
Hajime's testimony is a lie.
Damn,
And the fact that
these are
Ibuki
tough.
hung herself.
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
That's true.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Both of them.
The fact that the bodies were
There we
imitating
go.
the
That's
movie
all it is right there.
means it probably is Hajime's fault.
The
hell?
Nagito is the one who even brought that up. He knows this. He is trolling you on purpose.
Well, I mean, by doing this, I established really early on that I'm not, thus erasing it from everyone else's minds.
No,
So,
absolutely. What
he's
I'm
just
saying
doing
is,
this in a really trolly manner, yes.
It's like this. Nagito said he was with you when you bought the sticker to not see the movie. Then later on you go there and he's with you when you watch the movie.
And he even says to hang on to it.
He says hang on to the ticket, it'll be important, and the first thing he does in the trial is accuse Hajime, and at the end says, because he's clearly imitating the movie. This is him being hostile.
Yeah.
Because he knows that you can just throw this right in his face. He's baiting you to do it, daring you to do it.
I'm not the killer. There should be a contradiction somewhere.
Somewhere!
I need to find that and break through.
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
Well, obviously.
The bodies were imitating the movie.
You better get it. Pooh!
Whew. That's
No,
close.
that's wrong.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Little.
Huh?
Like you said.
Yeah.
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time.
Or he's using this to establish this. To establish the ticket.
But how would that benefit him?
I'm not sure.
Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Well, I guess that I guess if he's not the accomplice.
Well, I think he might be.
Yeah, I do too. He may not
Which
be.
means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Possibly because it was an argument he could defeat, so just by getting it out of the way.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, I didn't want us to argue about Kyoko being a ghost.
Well,
I'm never
since
gonna
we're
forgive
up there
that.
With your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
Yeah.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
It's like when Byakuya was testing Makoto, and
yeah,
it's like here's the challenge. And so with this, it's kind of like that, well, I'm going to test you because this is going to be us fighting this entire trial.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
Warming up is important no matter what you're doing.
You rat!
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
I mean, I paid attention and noticed he had no idea what we were talking about.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
Well, it's not necessarily reliable. It hasn't been proven, but everybody's gonna accept it, so that's convenient, so let's go on.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
For instance, if we didn't know that there was only one killer, well, actually we don't definitively know that.
Yeah.
The way he phrased it, he could just not be counting the accomplice.
Yeah.
Like, the first one could have just been a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
And so going through this stuff establishes that it's supposed to, going in circles, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
Don't, please.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Well, it's not completely impossible. I know I don't think that happened, but...
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
That's falling right into the trap, though. That is
addressing it, we will be able to punch holes in it and reveal the truth.
Yes.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
Well, if we would have run in circles around the island until we got to level 99, we could have given the killer all kinds of time.
I don't think that's how it works, David.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
Time doesn't pass unless we're in an event.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
A room that is not open.
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Presumably.
Yeah.
Or we would have found anything. Yeah.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
Well, I mean, that if that is true, which we haven't found a way that it can't be or shouldn't be.
Well, I mean, except that they were killed way before then.
Well,
but someone did go in and tear down the wallpaper and everything,
and block the door.
Yeah, you're right.
Where did they block the door from, and where did they tear the wallpaper thingy down from? If that's the case, then it can't be Mikon, thank goodness.
Yeah.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time.
If that's the case, but at present I don't see any way it could be something else.
And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
No, it's definitely neither of them. It's true that they don't have an alibi, and that's why we needed to, I mean, we need to do this.
Which is really funny, because if you think about it, they're kind of like Celeste and Hifumi.
You know, kind of,
In a way.
In a way. It just... Accuse Akane! Accuse Akane!
She's right there!
Akane, I accuse you! Let me get my Pokeball.
J'accuse is what I meant to say.
Ju2!
Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis.
And that rubber cement's not doing you any favors, buddy.
That's true.
Chiaki, Mikon, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together.
And the technical nature of this crime.
Yeah.
Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
I mean, isn't that it right there? Isn't he right? If Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you. So if it wasn't one of those, then it could have been one of the people laid up in the hospital.
Oh, but Damon, if Mikon was the one who did it and had an accomplice in Nagito, then Nagito could have done it while they were running around.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Necromancer.
We considered that too. Who knows where he is, but we can't establish where he is, so I guess it's possible.
We have to address it.
It's like that time, it's like the last time I was going after Akane. Like, all we had to do was get somebody to corroborate where she was. Well, we got that, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Me too!
Shut up, Monokuma.
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Is Nekomaru with Monokuma's operator?
That me too seemed to sound like he was on the other side, huh?
Yeah.
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
Well, that's either a horrible joke, which Monokuma makes.
That's true.
Or it's true. That's that weird interplay of doubt and silliness and seriousness is kind of what makes all this work, you know?
Yeah.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
Ultimate Yakuza, buddy.
Dude, Hajime just went through this. Just work on it.
Yeah.
Why was it not you? It wasn't you.
If you freak out, you just look more suspicious. The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it?
I'm totally willing to accept that it's not, but what about the wallpaper and blocking the door? If there's no way out of the music...
Someone had to have done that. And then, like, put up the wallpaper and everything.
And I mean, I doubt that Ibuki then killed herself after doing it.
Like Fate hanging herself the first time?
Yeah. I mean, I still think that the film was in the hospital, but... Ah, the semi-transparent glob. That might be it, though.
Just in case.
The killer was still inside the music venue.
Assuming it's me!
By locking the door from the inside.
Could the glob...
They tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Yes?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over. I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Well, I guess this isn't the case then, and that's fine. Okay, I guess it was the glob after all. If we were thinking it was... Well, the drumstick was there, though.
But the drumstick can't possibly provide enough resistance.
You just knocked it down. It wasn't hard. I don't care how much resistance the drumstick provided. Who put it there and when? You can put this glob there as you close the doors, but the drumstick can't just magically be there if somebody isn't there to do it.
You're right. So the glob is... Yeah, you just put the glob on the inside of the door, then close it.
But who put the drumstick there then? I mean, you can tear down the wallpaper and then leave and use the glob, put the glob in the middle of the doors and block it. But how'd the drumstick get there?
I'm not entirely sure.
That's why I haven't been convinced that the killer wasn't still in there, just because I don't understand how the drumstick could have gotten there.
Well,
let's let it play one more time.
Okay.
By locking the door from the inside. Locked from the inside, agreeing with drumstick. Wouldn't that work? Assuming it's true. Does the glob agree with the drumstick?
Yes, because we just explained how the glob could be used to lock it from the outside.
I guess. I'm just worried about that drumstick. If we don't address the drumstick...
You're right though.
I mean, if it weren't for the drumstick, glob, that takes care of it. Our other options that are not that are what?
Wait! We just assumed the drumstick was used to block the door. All we did was find it on the floor next to the door.
You're right. Okay, no, that's it.
It's the transparent glob against locked from the inside.
Yeah, because that drumstick did its job. Because if you break the drumstick and just leave it on the ground, then we'd think that. Because no, it wouldn't provide much resistance, and not much resistance was provided.
You're right.
But that helps make you think the killer's in there. And my only objection to the killer not being in there was who put the stinking drumstick up.
Yeah.
Since that addresses the drumstick, and so that takes care of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that the killer couldn't have been in there, but we had to address that stinking drumstick. Got it. That's
all right.
it.
By locking the door from the inside.
No, that's wrong.
No, that is wrong. I mean, yes, that is wrong. What?
Tastes great, less filling, low carb.
There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
It was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
I have never used or heard the word semi-transparent glob as many times as I have in Danganronpa. Let's see, semi-transparent glob. That's 4, right? So that means that we can have our parent glob trans-semi.
I don't want to even consider that.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
Yeah. It wasn't rubber at all. The semi-transparent glob was probably...
glue!
I see!
Gum!
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
I mean, I thought it was rubber cement, but you know.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too.
Glue glob parrot bam!
It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
Do you still have it with you? Are you chewing on it right now?
Glue on the trans meat!
Moving on.
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
It's not. You really shouldn't try it.
Well,
Oh God, don't give her ideas.
It's not gonna kill you!
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
Or put it on one side of the door and then closed it, but that works too, I suppose.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But what about the drumstick, says Fuyuhiko.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
We did!
Fortunately,
you were there!
we broke down the door really easily! You helped!
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
You probably shouldn't have used something glowing, though.
A lot of kind of empty misdirection, but at least it's like way smarter than normal.
Yeah.
Huh, maybe that's a reason why I shouldn't accuse Akane.
Now, Damon, in the previous game, I have used that line of logic like so-and-so isn't smart enough to think of that, or so-and-so is too smart to make a mistake like that, and you told me not to make judgments based on that criteria. So now I'm throwing it back in your face.
It's also like saying, but that person's physical characteristics are insufficient to accomplish this, which is sort of like a... Yeah, you're absolutely right. I retract that.
Maybe the despair disease also made her super smart.
Probably not.
I'm just saying.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so?
To make sure we'd see it.
Obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
Yes. Everything that has happened is a trap.
100% of it. 100% of it, yeah.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Yeah, I did too.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
By God, it's not like I forgot about that glob, though.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Can you launch her out of a cannon, please?
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space.
No, but we'll be getting to that next, it would seem.
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Surely we're not going to get to that one right away.
It would seem to be the next step.
It might be.
What they're saying.
It might be. Well, you know, you might be right.
What unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Mikon?
Oh, thank goodness.
Mikon?
Oh, no. It's just like how she would always sort of like presume that she was the killer. She said stuff like that before.
Okay.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
She did that thing about doubting Hajime, too.
Okay. Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
It was the only one visible at the time.
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Huh?
Earlier we were talking about doing things because of a necessity. The killer used the drumstick to make sure that we...
yeah.
Because they needed to. They wiped up that blood because they needed to. They had to do all of these things because they needed to in order to create the deception that they were going for.
Yeah.
So that means that by trying to make it look like it was somebody who didn't have an alibi for the time established here, the reason they would need to do that is it's somebody who does have an alibi.
Right. That's a lot more people then.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
Right.
But we wanted to prove that.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
I guess Nagito is going to be taking the lead in this trial, which is pretty interesting, because remember who took the lead at the last trial?
Yeah. Chiaki.
Peko is really what I was getting at.
Oh, yeah. That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now, I should be able to... Hangman's Gambit! Figure out what it is.
Much less dramatic.
It's gonna be wallpaper. W-A-L-L-P-A-P-E-R. Yep.
Yep, that's it. Did you shoot?
It was a...
You thought it was an M?
It was an M, yeah.
No, it's a W. They can be upside down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ah, now we have to wait. See, look at it. You can see where the serif is?
Uh-huh.
I can't believe I used the word serif. I almost feel embarrassed.
Look, I got places to be, okay?
Yeah, right? How did you not get that L?
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Twice?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? Hit the L. Get the L. Yeah, get rid of that R. Get the P. There isn't a P, but there's one. Get the P. Who cares about that? Use focus and get the P. It's like... It was like you were so precise. I thought you had this, and then you went into a trance.
Yeah, basically.
You can use focus and slow down. By the way,
yeah.
Do you even know? Get the P. Did you see how fast it recovered?
Oh, I didn't even notice. I completely forgot we had that skill.
It was fast. Calm down. Don't go crazy. You're going crazy, Billy.
What?
You're trying to move so fast that you've lost control of what you're doing.
What?
I got it.
Don't be ridiculous.
No, it just went boom. It took like a fourth of the bar of focus to fill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
Did we drag it out here to the courtroom?
Don't worry about that. It's just like Ace Attorney.
So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearance?
Yes, Akade.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
I will punch you in the nose.
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear.
There's only one thing it could have been.
All right, let's give this a try.
Oh, is it going to be a logic dive or something?
What?
Oh! You remember how to do this?
Nope.
Well, hit the button to find out the controls.
Accelerate, brake, and jump.
We did get a skill to power up the turning, but not the jumping.
Whoops.
Good job.
That's the button, okay.
Billy?
What's up?
Do you need me to do this?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't really know exactly what to say in something like this, though. Everything I had to say about snowboarding mini games I did last time. Looks kind of fun.
Thread the needle!
Why did Hiyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. Go towards it was hidden.
Yeah, right here.
Whee! Whee!
That turn power-up's pretty strong.
Yeah, that kind of, like, destroyed the difficulty, I guess, but that's what happens.
Well, you can't factor out my inability.
You get to be a pretty high level if you don't use fast travel. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper.
Whee!
And if you investigate everything and talk to everyone, then you get a lot of experience points doing all those things. I can see how if you don't have it set to mean, it's just going to be insulting. This looks pretty fun, though.
What?
That's a ramp, man.
Oh. I thought I had to jump it because it was the same color as the obstacles. Like I said, you can't factor out my own incompetence.
Oh, come on. Question 3. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper?
They covered the pillar.
They formed a wall. Okay, piece of cake. You got any more?
Nope, that's 3. There it is. I mean...
It's all coming together.
They're sure dropping a lot of things on us right at the beginning, huh?
There's a lot we gotta go through.
I got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
No Gundam.
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger...
I don't think I would have phrased these things in this way, but occasionally things like this happen in translation.
So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
I mean, you look at them, and it's pretty clear.
Look at what?
Compare the 2 pillars. Like, it's pretty obvious one's vastly bigger than the other.
Yeah, if you look at the 2 pillars, I had never even looked at the pillar on the left.
Me either. I mean, all of our attention was on Ibuki.
Yeah.
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
The question that I have is the smashed equipment. Why was that necessary?
Well, because the camera couldn't have been here at the time that Hajime ran here. It was in the conference room being used to transmit. So in order to make sure all the evidence was destroyed, the person in the conference room took the camera here, smashed it, revealed Hiyoko, glued up the door, and buggered off.
Sure. The question that I have, though, is it necessary to smash them? What for? Everything else that has been done for a reason. If there's a good enough reason for the monitor to be here, of course it follows everything that you said about the camera.
Because I had thought that the monitor was used to confirm when Hajime left the hospital.
So why do you have to smash it?
I'm not sure about that.
Like I said, everything else has been done for a reason, so I'm assuming that's important.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Huh.
Yeah.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
Because they didn't know how long it would be, so they ripped it off in a hurry.
I think she meant the part that got stuck on the baton lighting.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like you pull it off too fast, and it's like if you don't get it all just right, some of it'll stay.
And because of that, A scrap was left on the baton light.
And they had no way to get it out.
Yes, they don't have the 4 golden divas of destruction or whatever they're called.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
Pay you no attention, maned devil!
Are you jealous?
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
And the risk, in fact, is what caused it to fail, because of the risk.
Yes!
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off, since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone.
They just have to remove the wallpaper and drop
the door.
Drop the drumstick and smash the camera and get out. Anyway, you can do that real fast.
Yeah.
They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, also break the drumstick or take the broken drumstick.
One thing at a time, David.
Put it in place.
Yeah.
Then when was Hiyoko actually killed?
I don't know. We were in the hospital the whole time. Motel team, this is on you.
Yeah.
Good point. And on that note,
we end the episode. I'm just kidding. Oh God, I wasn't.
Danganronpa. Danganronpa.